Okay, so today we're going to do something a little bit different. We're going to talk about a board game, actually. Fate of the Nostromo, based on the Alien franchise. It's a Ravensburger game. Apparently, they do a lot of sort of adventure based games. They play out a little bit like RPGs in a board game format. And I guess we'll do somewhat of a unboxing here as well. So you've got this really detailed map that talks about all the different rules you have here, the little different icons. This is these are all the instructions. So when you get this game, it takes a while to actually go through it and figure out exactly how to play it. This is the instruction manual. It's beautifully done. It's a collector's item and it's on its own right, but it does take a while. So this is a much more complex board game than more of a traditional board game, and also the board itself is a bit of a work of art here. Here you've got Jonesy. I thought that was a great touch. In fact, when you first open this, it's facing like this, so you can see Jonesy as soon as you open up the board. Now you lay this out, and it's meant to replicate kind of like what the interior of the Nostromo was. You've got the bridge here. You've got the M-U-T-H-U-R, or mother. That's great. And then all the way on the opposite end of mother, you have the den where the alien actually lives. Then you've got all these little tiny pieces. I took some of these apart already, but this one you put together for one of the final missions that tells you about the self-destruct sequence of the ship. And you've got these little items that you put down. So you've got coolant canisters, grapple pods, a flashlight. You've got a cat carrier here that's used for a mission where you have to find Jonesy, the cat. So you've got all these little pieces that are items, and you also have these little things called scrap. This is your money that you use in the game. You've got these scrap pieces that are placed in certain areas, and then you've got these little guys, the encounter cards. And if you get this one, that's bad. 2 means that you get hurt. A blank space means that you're not damaged at all. And just continuing with the unboxing here, you've got probably the stars of the show, I think, your little individual figurines. So you've got Ripley, our main character there, and everybody starts off in the galley. You can actually play this game single player. So you start off with Ripley there and the alien there. And the main thing you're doing in this game is you're trying to go through, collect items, and put them in certain places throughout the ship while dodging the aliens. And you know what you have to do based on your objective cards. So for instance, this one right here says, bring a flashlight to the med bay. See, something simple like that. So you'd have to craft a flashlight by spending some of your scrap. You use scrap to make all of these different items that you have here. And then you'd get the item you need. Your character would spend a turn to pick it up and drop it off in the med bay. And that's kind of how the game flows. And you pick between your different characters there, and each of the characters has their own little character cards. And this is really neat. This is kind of the RPG element of it. Here, for instance, you have Dallas. He has 5 moves. So say you can move here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and you could take another move, but he has no special ability. Ripley, our main character, has 4 moves, but she does have a special ability, so she can move another character. So for instance, if, let's grab Dallas. I will use him sometimes. She can move Dallas 1, 2, 3, 4. She can move Dallas as many actions as she has. And then the last bit of the unboxing here, we have the final mission cards. I don't want to show you these because they're kind of a spoiler for the game. And you've got a little alien token here for your morale. So kind of the way this game works is you take damage based on your morale. So every time you encounter the alien, you suffer a certain amount of damage. Every time you encounter a negative encounter card, you suffer a certain amount of damage. The way that you win the game is you complete 3 objectives while not dying, and then eventually you unlock a final mission, which can be a little bit difficult. Overall, when I'm playing this game, I think it's really interesting, but it is very, very complex. So you don't use any dice. It's all based on the movements. You can move a certain number of movements. You can craft items, use an item, push the alien back. The alien will automatically start coming towards you based on your encounter cards, which are right here. So after every turn, you pick an encounter card, and the alien will move a certain number of spaces. Here, the alien will move 3. It automatically moves closer to you, so it's sort of stalking you the whole time. And it tells you how much it'll hurt you if it catches you. You can also play with Chief Engineer Ash, And he's also another antagonist. He'll steal scrap from you and hurt you as well. So while I think the game is very complex, the game is really fun if you're working together and trying to cooperate with your friends to complete these objectives. If you're willing to sit through this really lengthy manual here and learn the game, or if you're familiar with Ravensburger games, I think you'll really enjoy this one. If you're an Aliens fan, I definitely say pick it up. And if you have the patience and you're not afraid of a little bit of alien terror in space, I'd give it a try. That's it. Thanks.